Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lucy Beckham Baseball. We're on the road this Friday night for round 3 of playoff baseball, taking on the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs at their own home field, 2.5 hours north of Mount Pleasant, depending on traffic. Plenty of Bengals fans have made the drive. If you're on the way, we've got seats for you. Come see us. We'll get started here in just a few minutes. Both teams have been out for their infield and outfield. Everybody's gotten loose, and we're just waiting a few more minutes here for the pregame announcements, player introductions, and the meeting at the plate. Just a few moments ago, it was announced that the North Myrtle Beach dance team is selling chicken bog, or if you're a true Southerner, you know it as purloo, over on the third base line. If you're looking for dinner, that sounds like not a bad option.
You want to go back and get a chair to put up at the fit?
North Myrtle Beach wearing their gold and white. And, of course, the Bengals in their road gray. Get player introductions in just a moment, it looks like. Don't see the umpires yet. Meeting at the plate underway. Chiefs musicians, the DJs, have been playing a steady stream of shag music. And right now it's under the boardwalk. Speaking of boardwalks, North Myrtle Beach has one out in left field, just past the outfield fence. 4 young men out there on the one end of it, a couple of adults at the other end. Stretches from just about 16 feet past the foul pole all the way over to the portalette. Grass on the field looks like it's in nice condition. A good stripe pattern on the infield. Nice circle. You don't see that too often. And a two-direction stripe out in the outfield. Great color, but there's still a lip on the infield right in front of the batter's circle. A little bit of a lip there and then a drop down. Bunts could be unpredictable on that. A very short backstop here. Looks even shorter than it actually is with the turf ring around the outside. And here in just a moment, we'll let the stadium announcer take over.
Sports Complex, home of your North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. Tonight's third round of the South Carolina High School League 4A baseball playoffs, featuring the visiting Bengals from Lucy Beckham High School in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and your North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. Will the Bengal players please report to the first baseline as they call out your number. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 2, Perrin Ketchum. Second, playing center field, number 11, Kevin Fagan. And third, catcher, number 9, Hank Athlete. Batting fourth, first baseman, number 12, Riles Morris. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 6, Kingston Cole. Batting sixth, DH, number 8, Preston DiNapoli. Pitching tonight for the Bengals, number 13, Sam Dealman. Number 3, the second baseman, Tommy Byrne. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 4, Ryan Rogan. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 10, Holman Blake. Substitutes, number 18, Charles Kelly. 22, Drew Mellis. 20, Ford Thompson. 19, Gabe Johnson. 1, Hunter Doyle. 17, Keegan Conroy. 5, Andrew Hoover. 14, Michael Knaps. 24, Sawyer Minton. 21, Levi Stock. 15, Max Nishi. 7, Joel Cummings. 16, Robert Breckenridge. Assistant coaches Kyle Statz, Victor Major, Andrew Taylor, Seth Johnson. Head coach BJ McConnell.
I got that one right.
And now the starting lineup for your Region 6 champion, North Myrtle Beach Chiefs. Leading off, playing catcher, number 9, C.J. Oxendine. Batting second, on the mound tonight, number 19, Luke Luke. Batting third, first baseman, number 15, Cody Rice. Batting fourth, the DH, number 17, Brown Reeves. Batting fifth, shortstop, number 8, Sawyer Smith. Batting sixth, center fielder, number 4, Mason Cox. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 11, Gabe Kuznick. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 7, Peyton Gallup. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 1, Connor Helmecki. Playing second base, number 2, Asa Moore. Your substitutes, number 5, Nate O'Connor. 12, Campbell East. 16, Owen Hefner. 13, John Surdow. 10, Tanner Padilla. 18, Austin Long. 3, Fisher Nichols. 6, Kate Lang. 14, Porter Assistant coaches Matt Ripps, Matthew Jolly, Billy Hauser, David Knight. Head coach B.A. Alls. Would please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
So with the formalities done, we'll get underway here in just a few moments. Lucy Beckham baseball on a Friday night. Even better, Lucy Beckham playoff baseball here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. North Myrtle Beach, nothing to be taken lightly. They were the Region 6 champions for 4A this year, and they did so with a 23-2 regular season record. They are a perennial force in baseball. A young man on the mound tonight, Luke Roop, a Vanderbilt University commit. And if you know anything about college baseball, you know that's a college powerhouse as well. CJ Oxendine, a committed catcher working behind the plate tonight. Word is that this battery of pitcher and catcher has not had a stolen base against them yet this season. Perrin Ketchen and Kevin Fagan will be working on trying to make that record break tonight.
Exactly.
The layout here at North Myrtle Beach Field is a little bit awkward in terms of guest seating. Not exactly the most hospitable for those coming to town. Everything from the third base dugout, which has the press box directly above it, all the way around to across the back of the field is reserved seating for North Myrtle Beach. Some of it they actually sell seat licenses for the year. Now here's Perrin Ketchen leadoff. Crack of the bat, and it's a 6-3 putout. So one pitch, one swing, one out, and Kevin Fagan will be in the batter's box. The home team preferential seating here makes it tight quarters for guests on what's already a rather small field for high school baseball. Not a very large foul territory, and as I just said a few moments ago, a very short area behind the plate. Solid brick backstop means that anything coming past the catcher is going to quickly get back to him with a hard bounce. There is a pad on the back. And Kevin Fagan launches one into left field. That one's going to have Connor Helmecki underneath it. And there's two away. Here's Hank Epley.
Now batting for the Bengals, the catcher, number 9, Hank Epley.
North Myrtle Beach is the Chiefs.
Here we go, Hank.
And their logo liberally steals from the Milwaukee Brewers. They use the glove and ball. Of course, to get the N and M at the top of the logo, they have to have an extra finger. So North Myrtle Beach, a 6-fingered team, at least as far as logos are concerned. The other logo that we have prominently out here is a stylized Native American chief with headdress. Hank Epley now on a 2-1 count. Nobody on, two away here in the top of the first inning with no score. Looks like Seth Johnson is taking care of third base coaching duties this evening. Usually that's Coach Andrew Taylor out there. The dugouts are right on top of the on-deck circles, and the on-deck circles are right on top of home plate. Epley with a little chopper down the side, and Hank Epley legs it out at first. That ball didn't travel more than about 35-40 feet, but it was plenty to get Hank Epley on first.
Here we go, 12.
Joel Cummings takes over at first base, running for the catcher, and now here's first baseman Riles Morris in the box. 1 on, 2 out. Roop looks over to first. Now comes set in the stretch position. Wearing number 19. Steps, delivers, and it's down in the dirt. Oxendine looks at his wrist pad, checks the code, relays it out to the mound, and now here's Roop coming set again. Morris waits on it. Here's the pitch, and it's popped up. This is foul, but it should get out. No, it's not. And Peyton Gallup, the third baseman, takes it right in front of his own dugout. The Bengals strand one after a Hank Epley hit. We go to the bottom of the first inning, no score, here in North Myrtle Beach. Round 3 playoffs, 4A high school baseball. Great showing here for a road game that required a couple hours drive. Hundreds and hundreds of Bengals fans in the house. Many of them eager to wear the new t-shirts that have just been released, available for sale through, I believe, May 9th. If you haven't seen them yet, you need to see them. One of them we've already seen. It's the navy blue with the American flag LB logo centered on the front of the chest. Of course, like there's a back of the chest. I don't think there is. But centered on the chest. The other one, my personal favorite, the white t-shirt with a small LB on the front left and the Beck established 2024 graphic on the back. That shirt is going to be a collector's item. If you don't have one, you're not cool. Make sure you get your orders in. They are priced to sell. Special thanks to the Cook family for that. Cal over here to my left did a nice job putting those out there. If you haven't seen them or if you need a connection, ask your Bengal. They've got it. The link is out there on the GroupMe. We will make sure it goes worldwide if we need to. But they are fantastic shirts. Now here's the leadoff batter for North Myrtle Beach, catcher C.J. Oxendine. Sam Dealman on the mound has the favor returned to him. 1 pitch, 1 swing. This one ends with a base hit. That was a rifle shot toward Perrin Ketchen. Tried playing that off to his right side, and it snuck past him out to left field. Luke Roop trying to help himself here, batting for himself. Tonight's designated hitter in the North Myrtle Beach lineup is Brown Reeves. He's batting 4th, and he's batting for their second baseman, Ace Aboard. Roop looks at strike number 1 from Dealman. Lindsay DiNapoli and Susan King both along for the ride here tonight. Love to have you watching. And now a check over to first base gets nothing done. Ducks are flying very low here at the field. It's turkey season, which means they are safe. And a ball down in the dirt. Bounces off of Hank Epley's glove and it allows Oxendine to take an extra base. Runner in scoring position is going to stay at third. That ball went out to left field. And a quick throw by Holman Blake gets it back in. Runners will be at the corners as number 15, Cody Rice, the first baseman, comes to the plate.
Here we go, Sam. You got it, Sam.
Tanner Patilia running for the pitcher. Dealman looks in from the stretch, gets a sign he likes, comes set, kick, delivery, bunt shown, and not laid down. North Myrtle Beach using numeric codes. .41 the code, and it's a bunt again. Dealman can't get it into his hand. Oxendine scores, and the runners at first and second are both safe. Now here's the designated hitter, Brown Reeves. Not since Whitey Herzog have I seen a baseball player named after a color, but here we have one. Coach Kyle Statz makes his way out to the mound to calm down this infield and his young pitcher. That last bunt probably would have resulted in a play at the plate, but the Bengals just couldn't get the ball in hand, and instead it's a run. But it's only one.
Now batting for your Chiefs, the DH, number 17, Brown Reeves.
And now we're back to baseball. North Myrtle Beach's press box is all over the music. I'm not sure who they have DJing this thing. Rumor is they also do weddings if you're in the need. Bunt is shown again. Just a little low. Home plate umpire says that Reeves offered. And it'll be strike number one.
Here we go, 78.
2 on, nobody out. And the Bengals dugout calls for Dealman to step off. So far, North Myrtle Beach showing a willingness to play small ball. Here they show bunt again. We have a special visit. Here's a play. Caught stealing. Sam Dealman steps off, and he'll take the runner from second, trying to advance to third. Nicely done. And there's one away. That also takes the lead runner off the bases and leaves only Cody Rice. Cody Rice out there at first base. Special visitor watching tonight. Principal Anna Dassing has chimed in. Miss Dassing, it is always a pleasure to have you. Good to have you in the booth back during football season, and now here watching along on YouTube as your Bengals do Lucy Beckham proud. Of course, as we've mentioned, the baseball team is not the only team that has done well this year. Soccer in the playoffs, lacrosse state champions 3 times now. All 3 levels of this program, as well as softball, having winning seasons. Bengals all the way around having a great athletic year. Now here's the full count with 1 away and a check over to first. That'll get Cody Rice in the dirt. Brown Reeves waiting for the payoff pitch. And it's fouled away. He'll get another one. a relatively sandy looking batter's box. Starting to get some pits dug down into it. And it'll be a walk to put Brown Reeves on first base. Now here's shortstop Sawyer Smith.
Now back for your seat, Chiefs, the shortstop, number 8, Sawyer Smith.
Interesting choice of music for a walk. I understand that they're emphasizing the walk, but they say all the pretty girls walk like this. Brown Reeves is not the prettiest of girls I've ever seen. Here's a shot into center field. Could be a sack. And the runners, well, one of them will advance. Cody Rice makes it to third as Kevin Fagan reels in out number 2. Here's number 4, center fielder Mason Cox coming into the box now.
Now back for your Chiefs, the center fielder number 4, Mason Cox.
First and third play as Hank Epley steps out in front of the dish to call it for his infield. Signal is given. More and more Bengals fans showing up here. Dealman's first pitch here to the shortstop is ball number 1, and now he's going to challenge over at first. A very close call. Unfortunately, the layout in our position here doesn't allow you to see first base very well. Not much I can do about that. We checked every position around the park that we could. North Myrtle Beach is an extremely home team centric field. See if we can't show you some more of that here between innings. 1-1 count. 2 on, 2 out. Dealman sends one. And that'll do it as Perrin Ketchen takes the fielder's choice over to Tommy Byrne at second. A 6-4 putout ends the inning. Strands 2 for North Myrtle Beach. However, Chiefs land the first punch. It's 1-0 North Myrtle Beach at the end of 1. Let's take a look if we can and see if we can see a little bit more of this park. Out in center field, or excuse me, out in left field is the boardwalk. Just past the fence and just inside of the left field foul pole. And you can see a steady group of people building out there. Mostly the student section out there in left. And their third base dugout has the press box built directly over and around it. North Myrtle Beach uses a trailer system for its concessions vending, and all of the seating behind home plate is on a raised wooden deck and has chairs built into it. Those are VIP seats. They're sold specifically for the season, with supporters' names getting placed on each of the chairs. Now here we are in the top of the second inning. And swinging the swords already on him. Kingston Kolb at the plate. Roop's first pitch was a swinging strike. His second is as well. Matt DiNapoli checking in with the pocket radar says the Roop's pitches have been over 90s. Been 91. That's how you get into Vanderbilt. Now a ball and 2 strikes on Kolb. And a swinging strike 3 sends Kolb back to the dugout. Now it'll be Preston DiNapoli. Steve Karupis and Jennifer Rishling both checking in.
Now batting for the Bengals, the DH number 8, Preston DiNapoli.
Jennifer often watching this broadcast from down in Texas as she cheers on Ryan Rogan. Ryan, of course, playing third base tonight, and he'll be batting here in a couple of people. Luke Roop is an impressive young man on the mound. DiNapoli trying to find the recipe to deal with him. And he shoots one to second base. That's a hot shot. However, Asa Board is right there to handle it, and it's a 4-3 putout. So now it'll be Tommy Byrne.
Now batting for the Bengals, second baseman number 3, Tommy Byrne.
First pitch to Byrne is away and down low in the dirt, and that'll be ball number 1. Byrne skies one back into foul territory. That's going to be out of play past the press box. Now Byrne on a 1-1. Fouls another one away, and he keeps himself alive. That one was fouled back a little more harmlessly. The first one might have gotten a Chevy. 2-2, nobody on, 2 outs here at the top of the second inning. North Myrtle Beach up by a run. It's 1-0 as Tommy Byrne tries to get himself on base and start things off here for the Bengals. Breaking ball is taken for a strike 3, and the Bengals go down 1-2-3 in the top of the second. We'll go to the bottom half of the inning. Due up for North Myrtle, Mason Cox, Gabe Kuznick, and Peyton Gallup. Spoke just a moment ago about the parking lot and the damage to a vehicle, which may or may not have happened. Parking area is right behind the first base line with the shallow, very shallow foul territory and not much of a buffer behind it. That parking lot is a vulnerable place. Backstop netting only extends to the beginning of the dugout, which is very close to home plate. The entire dugout ends probably 15 or 20 feet before first base, so it's very compact here. Those in the know have not parked anywhere along the first base line. A couple of people didn't realize where it is, and they have their cars perilously parked right behind us here.
Leading off the bottom of the second for your Chiefs, the right field number 11, Gabe Kuznick.
I lied. I said Mason Cox was going to lead us off. It's actually Gabe Kuznick, the number 7 batter. So it'll be the 7, 8, and 9 batters to lead things off here. And Kuznick does with authority. He launches that ball high into the sky, but Kevin Fagan is right there to take care of it. The Chiefs of North Myrtle are certainly not afraid to swing the bats, and when they do, they make solid contact. There has not been a weakly hit ball yet.
Batting for your Chiefs, third baseman number 7, Peyton Gallup.
Now here's Peyton Gallup, third baseman, and he takes strike number 1. North Myrtle Beach is ranked number 1 in the state of South Carolina across all levels of baseball. This is the toughest challenge the Bengals have faced. And now Gallup's got a pair of strikes on him.
You see the Yankee game, George came in and knocked the ball
Sam Dealman back up onto the rubber from the windup. Delivers. Oh, and does not get the call on a pretty pitch. I'm not sure how much nicer that one needs to look, but that was a nice spot there. And now the count evens up on a dirt ball as Dealman misses about a foot short of the dish. A pitch not too terribly different from the last. Brings the count full. And now Gallup adjusts and steps back in. Dealman trying to finish another batter here. And this one is foul. Third base umpire thought it might be coming for him. And a little hot step out of the way. Mentioned it the other day, playoff baseball comes with an extra umpire. We've got umpires at first, third, and home. It's a setup that helps to avoid some of the cross-field dashes that these umpires have to do if they're going to make a call at first or at third and then back toward the other. Gallup puts one in the air. Kingston Kolb out in right field will take care of that. And there's two away. Now at the bottom of the order, here's left fielder Connor Helmecki.
Now batting for your Chiefs, left fielder number 1, Connor Helmecki. Oh, now it's
Helmecki has a strike on him. Now Dealman gets him to swing away. Ryan Rogan over at third. He'll have it. He'll go across the infield. And a 5-3 putout ends it. Bengals fight back, and they take down the North Myrtle Beach Chiefs 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the second. We'll go to the top of the third. We're playing baseball in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, as close to the state line as we possibly can in round 3 of state championships. At the end of 2, Chiefs on top of the Bengals, 1-0. Padre, I see you're watching tonight. Glad to have you. We've got several of your grandsons here. I saw Mac. And, of course, Perrin's on the field, and I'm pretty sure I saw Drake somewhere. Ketchen family, always well represented at Bengals events, whether in person or here on this broadcast following along. Got to have the general himself at the games for, I think, 2 or 3 of the games last week. Made a trip down to Hilton Head, May River.
leading off the top of the third for the Bengals. Third baseman number 4, Ryan Rogan.
Ryan Rogan's going to start things off. The number 8, 9, and 1 batters due up here in the third inning. Luke Roop back out on the hill for another inning of work. And Rogan shoots one to left field. That one could go, and it's going to fall just short. That ball was solidly hit. Ryan Rogan got all of that one. And Connor Helmecki ended up catching that about 5 feet in front of the fence. Now here's Holman Blake.
Now back to the Bengals, left fielder number 10, Holman Blake.
Holman Blake had a nice night the other night, and if you were with us last week, you saw him pitch 3 beautiful innings of fight-back baseball. Now here he is on the first pitch. It's going to be on the ground, a one-hopper over to third base. And a solid defensive effort from Peyton Gallup over at the hot corner. Retires Holman Blake and brings up Perrin Ketchen at the top of the order.
Back to the top of the Bengals, number 2, Perrin Ketchen.
Bengals putting a lot of bat on these baseballs, but they are being vacuumed up by this infield. A solid defense, which of course is to be expected from the number 1 team in the state. That number 1 team comes from rankings of both Max Preps and Prep Baseball Report. Curveball from Roop gets the outside edge, and it's strike number 2. 0-2 count on Ketchen. Nobody on, 2 outs. Top of the third, and it's 1-0 North Myrtle Beach. Here's the pitch. Drop third strike. Ketchen on his way to first. Oxendine finds it at his feet, and he'll shoot it down to first base to record the third out. Each team fighting hard. Only a hit, I believe, each tonight. Go back and double check that. Summer travel baseball is underway in the Charleston area. Shipyard Park hosting a tournament this evening and throughout the weekend. If you happen to be down that way, stop by there. Saturday and Sunday. Of course, on a Friday night, there's no place you'd rather be than right here in North Myrtle as your Bengals fighting their way through playoff baseball for the first time in program history. So far, they're 2-0 in playoff games, trailing here by a run, but the night's not over.
Leading off the bottom third for your Chiefs, number 9, C.J. Oxendine.
North Myrtle returns to the top of the lineup. C.J. Oxendine, the catcher, starting things off. He's got the Marucci composite bat. I believe that's the Cat X he's swinging. And the right-handed batter puts one hard down the third base line. That one bounced literally across the bag. Not more than the thickness of a worm kept that thing fair. Now here's Luke Roop. Luke, tonight's pitcher, known for his pitching, but hitting for himself in the lineup. And we're going to have a double play possibly. 5, 4, 3. That's the way you do it, Bengals. Ryan Rogan, Tommy Byrne, Riles Morris clear the bases. There's 2 away now in the bottom of the third inning. Cowbells are swinging. Gotta have more cowbell.
15, Cody Rice.
Cody Rice, the first baseman. Dealman getting some help from his defense. That builds confidence in a pitcher and lets him know he can work freely and doesn't have to do everything himself. Sam Dealman, from the windup, just misses away. And it's a 2-0 count. North Myrtle's first baseman, a left-handed batter, wears number 15. And he'll take strike number 1. Cody Rice brings the count to 2-2 with that strike. His first time up, he bunted and reached on an error by Dealman. That was the little trickler in front of the plate. This time he fouls one off and keeps himself alive. That foul ball headed back toward the football stadium. Football stadium located about 100 yards past the third base line, or I should say behind the third base line. Nice complex over there. High grandstands, artificial turf. And a strikeout for Dealman. Sammy D gets him swinging. And the Bengals go out to pick up their pitcher. At the end of 3, the Bengals trail by a run. North Myrtle Beach has them by 1. It's 1-0 as we play round 3 baseball in the playoffs. I'm going to take the opportunity to reach into the peanut jar and see if we can't have a little snack here. Drive up. Involved some cheddar cheese and some cucumbers. Yes, I brought the cucumbers, dear.
Broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook. Thanks, guys.
How about that? The press box giving their broadcast team a little bit of love. Why doesn't our press box say that? Who's running our stadium mic? We got to find that guy and smack him around a little bit. There's a lot of hats worn in this house. But as Dave Schrock points out, everybody wears a lot of hats, but that's just the point, is that everybody's wearing them. One of the most impressive things this year is the support that the parents and fans of this program have given.
Number 11, Kevin Fagan.
Every parent jumping in wherever possible, and it has been a wonderful experience. No finer group to be a part of. Here's Kevin Fagan leading things off, and he'll start with ball number 1 as it falls away and trickles past Oxendine harmlessly. Hank Epley on deck, getting warmed up. Roop delivers a solid pitch. That thing had to be in the high 80s or low 90s. Had great sound hitting the mitt. And now it's a 1-1 count.
Come on, Kevin.
1-2 pitch. Roop delivers low, evens the count. It's 2-2. Kevin Fagan on the 2-2 count here in the top of the 4th, trying to get back the run that Beckham has given up to North Myrtle. And now the count is full.
Come on, Kevin. Go, Kevin.
And it's a walk! Kevin Fagan on his way to first base. So Kevin Fagan is a base runner. Kevin Fagan actually was the star of some pregame chatter on the Group Me, giving his mom Jen a lot of love. Good to see. Preston DiNapoli right there with him, giving Lindsay some love. Breaking ball. Falls to the outside, and it's strike number 1. Started off with a post from Lindsay DiNapoli, who's out of town tonight, down in Florida, watching here on YouTube. And it turned into a conversation with a coaching reminder to respect your mom, boys. Kevin Fagan led the charge. I think he might be trying to reduce the amount that he has to spend on a Mother's Day present next weekend. Hank Epley now on a 1-1 count. Fagan stays over at first. Now he's going to get checked, and he's back in safely. Tom and Bertie Ketchen watching tonight out on Isle of Palms. As we said a few minutes ago, the Ketchen family is diehard Beckham fans at every level. Aunts, uncles, grandparents. People they don't even know that they just make them watch. Stuart Ketchen right behind me here tonight.
Watch for the dirt ball.
Now here's the 2-1. Roop comes set, glances back over his shoulder twice, 3 times, 4 times. Now he's the kick, and he'll just get the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2. We got people across the country watching. Texas, California tonight. Some good folks out on the Jersey Shore. Fred Fagan checking in with us. I can't agree with you more, Fred. Go get him, Bengals. Hank Epley's trying, and he fouls one back into the backstop.
Need anything?
I'm good. A quick hush falls over the crowd as Hank Epley steps back in to take the 2-2 pitch.
Go.
Epley sends one distant but foul. Not quite going to get a Toyota.
Here we go, Hank. Here we go, Hank.
Count stays unchanged. It's 2-2. Luke Roop looks in, now gives a hard look back over to Fagan at first base. 1 on, nobody out. And Epley goes down swinging on might have been the hardest thrown ball we've seen tonight from Roop. That pitch was sailing. Now here's Riles Morris.
Bengals number 12, Riles Morris.
Morris, the Bengals' first baseman, part of that double play in the top half of the inning. Or excuse me, in the bottom half of the previous inning. I'm so used to playing at the Beck that I forget. Bengals batting is now in the top half. Kingston Kolb on deck. Morris trying to do something in a 1-on, 1-out situation. Takes the second pitch for a ball. Oxendine checks down at his wrist, gets the code, flashes a sign out to Roop, who comes set on the hill. Morris sends one out to the left center gap. That might touch the grass. It does. Fagan goes around second. Here's the relay. Fagan down into third base safely. Riles Morris with a stand-up double. How about that, folks?
Let's go, King.
Morris doing a job for the Bengals, puts 2 in scoring position with the powerful bat of Kingston Kolb at the plate.
Here we go, King.
Bengals number 6, Kingston Kolb.
Kolb went down swinging his first plate appearance. He's got something to prove here. He knows he can hit this baseball. Look for him to be aggressive here. And here's the first pitch to him. This one is chopped back over the third base dugout. Bounces harmlessly off the wall of the press box. And that'll be strike number 1. Uncle Ryan and Aunt Kate in New York, happy to see their nephew Kevin Fagan reaching and now advancing and potentially being a tying run out there at third base. Uncle Ryan and Aunt Kate are watching from New York, and we're so glad to have you. Kolb reaches down on a falling pitch. Now here's Preston DiNapoli, the designated hitter, batting for Sam Dielman,
Let's go, Preston.
tonight's starting pitcher.
You better, King.
DiNapoli has tightened up his stance here, standing kind of straight. Not the same stance he used at the beginning of the season. He's changed it up just a little bit. I think he's found it to be more effective for him. Asks for time, gets it, and now he'll wait on the first pitch. First pitch is on the inside edge, and it's strike number 1. Talked about having fans nationwide. Susan King watching in New Mexico out in Santa Fe. Lucy Beckham baseball is nationwide and international.
Let's go, Preston. Let's go, kid.
As some of Levi Schrock's family, his sister is down in Australia. She watches many of these games as well. Preston DiNapoli takes strike number 3. He's punched out. Bengals strand 2. And as we switch, we'll leave alone some of the things being said over on the right side dugout. There's some frustration.
York leads Bluffton 4-1 at the top of the second. Hartsville leads South Florence 3-1 at the top of the second. Catawba Ridge and Lawrence 0-0 in the first. And West Florence leads James Island 5-1 at the top of the second.
Press box just gave a score update. York on top of Bluffton 4-1. Most of the games no score, but the one that's surprising is the James Island contest, where West Florence has the better side of them 5-1 right now. Speaking of 5-1, that was the final score last night as Wando High School fell to Ashley Ridge. I kept wanting to say Catawba Ridge, but that was not right. Catawba being a 4A school. Ashley Ridge took Wando over at Warrior Way. And now here in North Myrtle Beach, Brown Reeves, the designated hitter, starts things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Reeves walked his first time up. Now a 2-1 count on the DH. Dealman delivers. It's going to be chipped down the third base side. Ryan Rogan hustles to it, and he gets him at first. Nicely done by Rogan, who has finally gotten back into his full form. Rogan has struggled with injuries this year. Came in and tried third base a little bit, ended up doing some DHing and some pinch running. Fought through injuries on his upper body and his lower body, but now he is 100%, and it is showing. Rogan has done a great job both in the field and swinging the bat. He had that very loud out to left field that was only a few feet shy of the fence in his last at-bat. Another part of the country checking in, this time the Midwest, Bob Byrne in Indiana. I think I know that guy. Cowbell's getting charged up a little bit. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes here on Sawyer Smith, the shortstop. Smith flew out to Kevin Fagan in center field the first time up. Fagan now playing in some shadows out there, and it's going to be a ground ball. Perrin Ketchen lays out for it. Stops the ball in deep shortstop land. No chance to make a throw. So it'll be a single for Sawyer Smith. And now here's Mason Cox, the center fielder.
Mason Cox.
Cox ended the bottom of the first inning his first time up in a fielder's choice to shortstop. Wouldn't be a bad way to have things happen here. We could go for the double play. Instead, it's going to be a hit batsman as Sam Dielman beans him in the, well, looked like maybe the upper back. So runners at first and second as North Myrtle Beach starts to challenge here a little bit in the fourth inning. 2 on, 1 out. And Gabe Kuznick, the right fielder. He says Kuznick, I say Kuznick. I guess we'll give it to him, Kuznick. Gabe Kuznick comes up. Look for a bunt. This is where North Myrtle started bringing the bat down their first time through. And instead, the left-handed batter takes strike number 1. No show of bunt that time, but they've changed in the middle of an at-bat before.
Come on, Gabe.
There's the bunt attempt. It's brought back, and it's a 1-1 count. North Myrtle Beach continuing with the 2-digit offensive codes, 3-digit defense. These players wear armbands to decipher the codes. And Dielman's going to step off and give a look back to second base. Sawyer Smith out there at second base. Reached on the base hit. Mason Cox on first after getting hit by the pitch. And now here's Gabe Kuznick. Kuznick flew out to center field his first time up. That was in the bottom of the second inning. Here in the bottom of the fourth, he's got a ball and 2 strikes on him as he fouls one back. Hank Epley gives an effort for it, but there's not a lot of room to work back here behind the plate. Clearwater Beach, Florida, Tennessee. Man, we got people all over the country watching tonight. So glad to have you. Rossi Collins.
Yeah! Yeah!
On the road. I hope you're in the passenger seat, Rossi. I hope Brian's driving. I know what you're doing out there. I hope you guys have a great visit to some of those colleges.
Now back to your Chiefs, number 7, Peyton Gallup.
Come on, Peyton.
You've got a wonderful young lady to travel with. I hope you guys get back home safe soon. Two away here as Peyton Gallup is at the plate. Gabe Kuznick ended on a strikeout. Gallup went to right field in the air, and Kingston Kolb made the out his last time up. Rossi says she's on I-20. I have made that drive too many times. Also gave rise to one of my favorite Zach Brown songs, Highway 20 Ride.
Here you go, Sammy. Here you go, Sammy. All the way back.
Those who know me know that it doesn't take much to make me listen to Zach Brown music. Dielman with a 3-0 count. 2 away, 2 on. And it's going to be a 4-pitch walk. So the bases are loaded as we reach the bottom of the order for the second time. Connor Helmecki, the left fielder, at the plate.
Now back to your Chiefs, number 1, Connor Helmecki.
Come on, Connor.
Helmecki grounded out to third his last time up. Any base would do right about now. Bengals trying to hold as Dielman almost puts another one on the hard way. That ball was high and inside. A little bit of Jaws music playing as North Myrtle Beach Feels like they're in a good spot. So does Sam Dealman as he evened things up at 1-1.
Here we go, Sammy.
1-0. Chiefs over the Bengals right now. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 1-1 count on the number 9 batter in the lineup. Great night for baseball as we play round 3 of playoff ball. Bunt is shown. The squeeze bunt is executed perfectly. Ryan Rogan charged in, got to the ball, and there was nowhere to throw. So 2-0 will be your score as Sawyer Smith comes across the plate. Squeeze bunt was shown at the very last minute. Infield did not have a chance to crash on it, and it was laid down just far enough to where Hank Epley would have been behind the play and nobody there to cover for him. I got to tell you, in terms of baseball, that was pretty. Kyle Statt's going to have a word on the mound. Brings the whole infield in. And the bases will be loaded one more time as we go to the top of the lineup where catcher C.J. Oxendine makes his third plate appearance.
Chiefs number 9, C.J. Oxendine.
Sam Dealman has thrown 55 as he's gone through the lineup twice. Oxendine way at the back of the batter's box. Can't really see even where the stripe is anymore as the batter's box is looking somewhat abused here. As we said earlier, it's a sandy, dusty affair in there, not a lot of clay. And Oxendine puts one long into right field. Kingston Cole drifts to it, finds it, and saves it. North Myrtle strands 3, but they played another one, doubling the score. It's 2-0, North Myrtle at the end of 4. So we've got a comeback here. James Island has fought back and tied the score out there against West Florence. They're playing at James Island tonight. It's 5-5 in the bottom of the second inning. Whole bunch of baseball being played tonight. A handful of teams have already been eliminated from the 4A lower state division. I believe Hilton Head is out. See if I can't pull that up here.
Update from Charleston, West Florence, James Island, 5-5 in the bottom of the second.
Batting over at James Island, Taj Marchand. He's got Trip Ostergaard out there at third base, possibly the go-ahead run. Of course, James Island ranked number 2 in the state behind North Myrtle Beach. They took the Region 7 championship, the only team in the 6-team region with a better record than Lucy Beckham. And a lot of links between those two teams and a lot of friendships as well. C.J. Oxendine has himself a cannon on the end of his shoulder. The catcher for North Myrtle Beach just showing it off there. A little bit offline with his throw, but man, that's a gun.
Number 3, Tommy Byrne.
Now here's Tommy Byrne starting things off here in the 5th. Byrne looks at strike number 1. Sun's starting to become a factor here in this late inning as it's not yet down below the buildings. Setting out just to the right of the right field foul pole. Somewhat in the eyes of the batter and catcher. 0-2 count now on Byrne. Roop delivers. This ball is chopped down the first base line. Tommy Byrne legs it out. Nicely done. First baseman Cody Rice came in to make the play. Luke Roop over trying to cover, and Byrne beats the throw. And now here's Ryan Rogan. Tommy Byrne gives himself a hit and gives the Bengals a base runner. Ryan Rogan the tying run, if he can put one over the fence, just a little bit extra on it. A little hot sauce on it after the hit that he had the first time up would do the trick. Oxendine using the right leg out tactic for catching. And Roop continues to find the zone. Just about every batter he's faced has seen a first pitch strike. North Myrtle Beach has a dedicated fan base, but a quiet one. Not a whole lot of chatter from these folks. The VIP seats, you would think they were at a symphony concert. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a TEDx talk here or something. Are we quiet back there for a reason? Your team is winning 2-0. Now a check over to first base gets Tommy Byrne's uniform dirty. On the far side of the dugout is another set of bleachers, and that's where it looks like the parents have largely set up out there. Fan base stretches down the third base fence line. They cover a pretty good a pretty good stretch. Rogan touching the grass. Tommy Byrne hesitates, making sure that wasn't going to be caught, and he makes his way into second base safely. So Tommy Byrne and Ryan Rogan team up for a pair of leadoff hits here in the fifth inning. And with 2 on and nobody out, Holman Blake at the bottom of the order has a job to do here. As we often say, it ain't over till it's over. I don't know if we ever said that, actually. I don't know if we've ever even said those words. But fire in the bellies as Holman Blake shows bunt, lays one down foul. Coaches McConnell and Stats wound up tight tonight. Anxious on this. Tommy Byrne dives back in. Their pickoff move has the shortstop challenge and then go back toward third. And as he does so, the second baseman comes in to try to get the throw. Tommy Byrne saw it. He should know. He's a second baseman himself. Holman Blake showing a deliberate bunt here. Now he's going to ask for time as he's been holding that pose for about a day and a half.
Come on, Luke.
Blake has the sun in his eyes. Third baseman starts to come in. And an outside pitch. And a wild throw out to center field is not going to get enough time for Tommy to advance. Oxendine, usually a reliable catcher, sends that one down a little bit offline. And Asa Board can't grab it. Mason Cox out in center field, quickly in to retrieve it and hold Tommy Byrne at second.
Let's go.
Now Holman Blake on a 1-1 count. Top of the fifth, nobody out. Blake shows bunt again. Chiefs leading by a pair. It's 2-0. Roop delivers. Bunt is pulled back. And it's called as a strike. Holy cow. Now a ball and 2 strikes. The cowbells come alive. Blake has the bat on his shoulder at the moment. Third baseman's cheated into the edge of the skin. And strike three swinging takes Holman Blake back to the dugout.
Comes the ball.
Coach McConnell has a word of advice on calling balls and strikes for the home plate umpire. The home plate umpire listens to it momentarily, but gives a hard look over to the Bengals dugout. As we go to the top of the lineup for the third time, here's Perrin Ketchen with one away and runners at first and second. Luke Roop, the Vanderbilt commit, on the mound. Looks back at Tommy Burns several times. Now here's a ball on the ground. Third baseman's going to get it. Peyton Gallup at third base, in close, ended up firing over to first. Not sure that was an out or not. I can't see the base from where I'm sitting, but it was called out. And now Kevin Fagan comes up to the plate with runners in scoring position and two away. Tommy Byrne at third, Ryan Rogan at second base. Both of those reached on hits. Now here's Kevin Fagan trying to even the score up.
Come on, Kevin.
Roop misses on the outside edge. Oxendine tried to frame it. Ryan Rogan had to ask the third base umpire if he could step one way or the other for a moment. Couldn't see the plate. Now Kevin Fagan shakes his head and says, "No, sir, that was not." And he's right. It's ball number 2. Fagan with a huge fan club watching across the country here tonight. The biggest moment of the game for Kevin thus far is the one we're in. And this ball is on the ground. Third baseman over to first. A 5-3 putout ends it. Peyton Gallup and Cody Rice team up for 2 of the outs here in the 5th inning. And the Bengals strand Tommy Byrne and Ryan Rogan at third and second base. We go to the bottom half of the 5th. Chiefs still on top. 2-0 is your score. Luke, I could not have agreed with you more. A great place for a 2-out rally. Just didn't happen this time. Bengals are going to send a new pitcher out onto the hill. It's going to be Charles Kelly. Sam Dielman has his night done. Take a look at how he ended. Sam Dielman ended the night. 57 pitches. Faced 19 batters. Kept things even with 2 strikeouts and 2 walks. Gave up 2 runs. One of those was earned. Had 5 hits against him in 4 innings of work.
Terrible thought. More like a step and a half.
Chris Kolb coming back from over on the first base corner, giving us a field report. Says that Perrin Ketchen was safe at first by a step and a half. I'm going to have to take his word for it. Could not see it, and I don't have video of it. Mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. North Myrtle Beach is a very home team centric field and visitor reverse.
Number 18, Charles Kelly. Bat for your Chiefs. Number 19, Luke Roop.
Luke Roop, the pitcher, steps into the box. Luke Roop seems to be right around 6'1", athletic kid. He has been slinging the ball in, hitting the low 90s so far this evening. I would argue the hardest throwing and probably best controlled pitcher that the Bengals have seen this season. He's the ace in this North Myrtle Beach lineup. And it says something about the progress of Lucy Beckham when the best team in the state has to throw their best pitcher in the stable against you in playoff baseball. Saved for a Friday night. Says a lot about Lucy Beckham here. 3-1 count on Roop. Charles Kelly puts one into the back of Roop. That one's going to leave a bruise. And it loads first base with a man in gold. He's going to get replaced quickly, though. That's going to be number 10 running for the pitcher.
Courtesy runner for your Chiefs, number 10, Tanner Patillia, and up to bat, number 15, Cody Rice. Cody!
Tanner Patillia going to take care of running out at first base. He's done that once before. And now here's first baseman Cody Rice. Rice, the number 3 batter in the lineup. And a nice throw from Hank Epley. Epley and Perrin catch and team up to clear the bases. Caught stealing.
Good job, boys.
Great job by the Bengals.
Good work, boys.
So one away now as Cody Rice faces empty bases. Here in the bottom of the 5th, he's going to put a ball in play. This is just on the foul side of the third base line, and Holman Blake is over there to grab the out. Ed Blake says dig deep, and that's exactly what Holman does on that play. Now here's the designated hitter, Brown Reeves. Reeves has had a walk and I believe a fly out. We'll go back and double check that. I'm sorry, it was a ground out his last time up. Grounded out to Ryan Rogan at third base. Sun finally starting to get down below some of the trees. That thing was a tough look from the batter's box for the last 15 or 20 minutes. I do respect the press box here that's used a lot of classic organ music. Makes it feel like a ballpark. Not everything needs to be rap and hip-hop and rock and roll. Some of it needs to be good old-fashioned organ ditties. Charles Kelly delivers. And it's a 3-1 count now on the DH. Bases are clear. 2 outs recorded. And the second batter hit by Charles Kelly here in this first inning of work for him. We've had some Flintstone sounds. Now we got a little Andy Griffith. And it'll be Sawyer Smith, shortstop for North Myrtle, coming to the plate. Sawyer Smith scored the second run. Last time he was up, he made his way around the bases and came in on a squeeze bunt. This ball is 7 stories high. And Riles Morris over in foul territory just off the first base line will grab it. Charles Kelly puts 2 on the hard way, gets some help from his defense, especially his catcher and shortstop on that Beautiful pickoff as they catch, well, Luke Roop's designated runner, his courtesy runner, Tanner Patia, trying to steal second. Back over to James Island. We'll take a look over there. It's 6-5 JI at the last update that I saw. Dave Schrock down here to my left working the game changer tonight. Take a look through the scores. James Island on top of West Florence now, 6-5. Bluffton Bobcats trailing York Cougars 2-6. Of course, the York varsity Cougars were the round 2 opponent for Bengals just 2 nights ago. Hartsville has the better side of South Florence, 6-1. And AC Flora, 1-0 on top of May River. Hank Epley is the batter here as we play baseball in North Myrtle Beach. It's the top of the 6th inning. And Epley swings away. Roop still working. He's in his 6th inning here. And he's facing the Bengals catcher. Worked into a 1-1 count. And Epley fouls one out of play. That one's going to be a Honda. If you need body work done, follow the fans who are leaving this game because they're all going to the shop. Roop just misses. Down and away by not more than an inch. And the count is 2-2. Roop from the windup. Delivers. A little bit of an off-speed pitch. Had some movement to it, and it's fouled away. Alexandria, I see you watching. Sorry the interstate's boring, but I'm glad you found something to do by following us along here tonight. We will see you tomorrow. And Roop overpitches that one and brings the count full. Roop has thrown 66. And pitch number 67 is a walk and gives Hank Epley first base. Actually, make that pitch number 70 as the score updates. Roop has thrown 70. He's faced 21 batters. 47 of his 70 pitches have been strikes. He's given up 4 hits so far and had 7 strikeouts. But he's facing Riles Morris now for the 3rd time. And Morris has plans to ruin his night. 1 on, nobody out. Morris takes a ball low. Said it earlier, the field looks great. It's just a shoehorned field into this little space. No extra real estate wasted on baseball here. A couple of places that you can see some grounds maintenance issues. One of those in particular is down the third base line as the stripe leaves the skinned area and goes into the grass. There's a nice little hill right there. We have a moment to talk about it while Coach Alders from North Myrtle Beach, the head coach, is going to come out and have a word with his pitching staff as well as his infield. That's also going to give B.J. McConnell a chance to talk to Riles Morris and his runner on first, Hank Epley. I'm telling you, did somebody die over here and we're paying our respects? It is quiet here. Most of the North Myrtle Beach fans in the VIP section are sitting silently as if they're in church. Let that Perlu digest. Well, Riles Morris is trying to preach. If this is church, this is the gospel according to B.J. McConnell. Riles Morris on a 3-0 count. Nobody out. Hank Epley at first base. Bengals trail by a pair. It's 2-0. North Myrtle still on top. They've scored 1 and 1. Crowd indeed goes wild on a 3-0 take. The Cowbells get hot. Now 3 and 1. Roop down low, and it's a walk. So Roop walks the first two batters he's faced in the sixth, and Kingston Kolb comes up to the plate. Kingston Kolb, a man on a mission. He was fired up after his last at-bat. Kolb has struck out twice. He was absolutely angry his last time up. Now he's going to show bunt. Third baseman crashes. Shortstop covering third, and the bunt is foul back towards Preston DiNapoli in the on-deck circle. Nice showing down past the first base dugout as Bengals fans have continuously shown up here in North Myrtle Beach, and they've camped out down there to the right. It's a beautiful night for baseball. Cool but not chilly. Springtime, but without the gnats that we had in May River. Those things could have picked you up and carried you away.
You got this, King. Let's go.
Now Kingston Kolb with an 0-2 count. And Kolb strikes out for his third time. Cannot figure out what to do with Roop, but he might be the last young man to have to contend with him, as the Bengals will see a new pitcher. This is the second mound visit in the inning.
Way to go, Luke!
And Luke Roop is done for the night.
Way to go, Luke!
Luke Roop ends with 78 pitches, 51 of those strikes. He had 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, gave up 4 hits and no runs in 5 1/3 inning worth of work.
We got this, Preston. Let's go.
I'm just admiring your setup. So can they hear you only when you talk? Or they can hear everything?
They can hear everything.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You want to say hi? Austin Long, the pitcher, comes in out of the dugout. Have not seen him defensively this evening. He'll take over for Roop, and presumably he'll also be batting in that number 2 slot. Andy Russo, I could not agree more. I know of a team that was once down 2-0 in the 6th, and things turned out pretty good for those boys. In fact, that was just night before last. If you were not watching, you missed a heck of a comeback. 6th inning had Tommy Byrne hit a 2-run RBI double that brought in, let me think here, who did he bring in that night? I think he brought in Kevin Fagan. Heck, I'd have to go back and look at it. But a 2 RBI double tied things up in the 6th. Nothing happened in the 7th. And in the bottom of the 8th, with Kingston Kolb at third base, a drop third strike led to a
Third baseman, 19, Luke Roop. Now on the mound for 18, Austin Long. Up to bat for the Bengals, number 8,
As we said, the drop third strike in the bottom of the 8th inning in extra innings led to Kingston Kolb coming home for a walk-off run. A great ending and an exciting game of baseball. Preston DiNapoli, he's going to shoot one to the right side. A hesitation, but not a stop. Hank Epley, all the way from second base, comes in. The Bengals cut this deficit in half. It's 2-1. Hank Epley scores the first run of the game for Lucy Beckham here in the 6th. Now here's Tommy Byrne. He's got runners at first and second. Preston DiNapoli gets the job done with a hard hit ball out to right. Luke Roop did not leave the game. He ended up over at third base, where Peyton Gallup had been having a heck of a night. And Austin Long is the man on the mound. Now an 0-2 count as Tommy Byrne tried to check his swing. Came around. And here's the call for the cowbell.
Let's go, Tommy! Let's go, Tommy!
2 on, 1 out. Tommy Byrne at the plate. Austin Long on the mound. He comes set, looks back to second base. A long look at second. Now he's going to deliver. And it's a strike as Tommy Byrne goes down swinging.
Way to go, Austin! Austin! Come on, baby! Come on, Austin!
Now here's Ryan Rogan. Rogan has put the bat on the ball solidly this evening. And now a great time to do it again. 2-1 is the score. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Austin Long, the relief pitcher. And Rogan puts one foul out of play over the right side. That one, what was that, a Chevy again? This inning being brought to you by Clearview Auto Glass. Or at least this at bat. Now here's Rogan waiting on it. And he'll see strike number 2. Austin Long pitching solidly. I'm not sure what his speeds are right now, but Ryan Rogan steps out, asks for time, and now he's back in. Long giving a long look back to second base, and he delivers one wide, and the count's a ball and 2 strikes. I got Long is going to step off. He's going to think about this at bat one more time. A ball and 2 strikes remains the count. Cowbells are going. Matt DiNapoli's got his. His is even decorated with a Lucy Beckham baseball sticker. Rogan checks his swing. Oxendine's going to ask for an appeal down to first, and the home plate umpire looks down and sees a no sign from the man in black. Counts even at 2 apiece. Runners at first and second, top of the 6th, 2 outs. Chiefs on top by a run. It's 2-1. And once again, the same play as Rogan checks his swing, and the appeal says no, he did not go around. Full count now on Rogan. Rogan has a lot of fans. I need every one of you cheering for him right now. This is it as we're in the 6th inning. And we're going to pause here as Long steps off to look at Riles Morris on second. Morris on second, DiNapoli on first. Here's the pitch. It's going to be on the ground. Ace aboard at second base takes care of it. It's a 4-3 end to the inning. The Bengals strand a pair again. And we go to the bottom half of the frame. Bengals trailing by 1. Riles Morris pops his helmet off as he walks back toward first base and reminds me, these boys yesterday had a hair dyeing event that I believe was led by the senior captains Kevin Fagan and Perrin Ketchen. There is a lot of yellow hair out here on this Bengals baseball team. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, the Bengals are going to have a new pitcher. Hunter Doyle comes out of the bullpen. Usually a starting pitcher. Tonight, Doyle coming in relief mode. And he'll warm up here with Hank Epley. Jen Rishling, I know you were cheering for Rogan. I know there's no doubt about that. Ryan King Rogan has a huge fan base. He moved here from Chicago and single-handedly tripled the Lucy Beckham Bengals baseball fan base.
Now pitching for the Bengals, number
What's
1,
that?
Hunter Doyle. To bat,
Mount Pleasant?
6 for your Chiefs, number 4, Mason Cox.
Yep. Right there on the east side of town.
I'm there down in Charleston a lot. My mom is VA. She goes to the Veterans Affairs.
Okay.
We pass through Mount Pleasant all the time.
You come right through us. Mason Cox, the batter, facing Hunter Doyle, and he's going to go deep towards right center. Kevin Fagan on the run, going to his left, and he meets Kingston Kolb out in right center gap to make the catch. One away here, as Gabe Kuznick, the right fielder, is going to be the batter.
Good hit. And a good catch.
That's my favorite part, is the good catch. Gabe Kuznick, yet to reach safely this evening, has a strikeout and I believe a flyout. Left-handed batter facing this righty. And Hunter Doyle does not get the call, says it was just a little bit low, and the count is now 2-1. Doyle working from the windup. And he'll get Kuznick swinging to bring the count even at 2 apiece. Sun is down behind the trees. We've got a nice sunset forming out in right field. And we've got a nice ball game going here as Kuznick goes down on strikes. Peyton Gallup will be the batter as Hunter Doyle continues building his strikeout count. Austin Long batting in the number 8 hole. Wasn't sure if they were going to bring Peyton Gallup back to bat, but it will be Austin Long who came in as the relief pitcher. Perrin Ketchen does a nice job. He comes across, and nobody's a better fan than Hunter Doyle. Senior shortstop comes across hard and makes a fired shot to first. Bengals take down North Myrtle Beach 1-2-3 in the 6th. We go to the 7th inning. 3 outs left to get this done as the Bengals trail by a run. It's 2-1 in North Myrtle in round 3 playoff baseball. Church continues to my left. The only time I've seen anybody excited over in the VIP section was when Luke Roop was relieved on the mound, and they gave him a nice hand. Deservingly so. Took the team to a 2-0 lead. No runs allowed. Of course, that is not a surprise from a young man who's got a commitment to Vanderbilt University for next year. Vanderbilt University reliably on any poll in the top 3, usually the top 1. They and Mississippi State and Arkansas And not to be outdone, Clemson University. They have all held very nice positions in the polls here in the 2024 campaign. High school baseball approaching the end of the season. State finals a couple of weeks away. Bengals trying to fight their way there, and they're a run behind tonight as they go into the last inning of regular play. Leading things off will be Holman Blake. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters, Holman Blake, Perrin Ketchen, and Kevin Fagan.
Leading off the bottom of the seventh for the Bengals, number 10, Holman Blake. Let me hear you, Chief fans.
Coach Andrew Taylor watching down in Jacksonville, Florida. That explains why Seth is out there at third base. I didn't realize that Coach Taylor wasn't here, but he's watching along. We're listening to his boys. And Holman Blake is going to get things started. The cowbells rattle, and Blake swings away.
Here we go, Holman. Here we go, Holman.
Holman Blake, the left fielder for the Bengals, has already hit the ball solidly once tonight. Good contact, and he waits on a second pitch, and it's 1-1. These bleachers are rocking, and so is this camera. I apologize if you're getting seasick. Long goes upstairs, so does Holman Blake, and it's a swing and a miss. Now a ball and 2 strikes. Bengals fans down the line on their feet watching this 7th inning. All the boys in gray at the fence in the dugout. And an off-speed pitch takes Holman Blake out. He swings and misses as that ball falls just below the zone. And now with one away, here's Perrin Ketchen. It'll be up to the seniors to win this game.
Now batting for the Bengals, number 2, Perrin Ketchen.
Perrin Ketchen in the box. Kevin Fagan in the in the on-deck circle. And these two captains have a lot on their shoulders. That pitch was eyeball high, and Ketchen leans away from it. Shortstop waits on a pitch. Oxendine tries to frame that one. Umpire not buying what he's selling. And it's 2-0. Mason Cox, Austin Long, Cody Rice, and Joshua Surigao among the seniors on this team. Oxendine, I believe, is a junior, so he'll have another year of high school baseball and another year for Lucy Beckham to take him on. Kevin Fagan almost assassinated. John F. Kennedy got more of a chance than that. That foul ball came sharply back. That's one of the risks of having a park that's this small. Chiefs Field has absolutely no extra space, which makes for very short reaction times on a foul ball. Ketchen fouls one away. If you are the driver of a white Ford F-150, you shouldn't have parked there. Perrin Ketchen on the right side. It'll be a base hit. And the Bengals still have life in them. Now here's Kevin Fagan.
Now batting number 11, Kevin Fagan.
Kevin Fagan at the plate, 1 on, 1 out. After Perrin Ketchen put one between first and second and out to right field. That ball was well hit. And it's a nice start to what might be the rally they need. Bengals trail by a run. Ketchen represents the tying run. Fagan represents the winning run. And Hank Epley is on deck. The boys are pounding on the walls of the dugout. Down in the cheap seats, people are on their feet. North Myrtle's boardwalk out there, sparsely populated, but still has people out there. And Fagan takes strike number 1. Austin Long on the mound, Kevin Fagan in the batter's box, and it's a 1-1 count. Off-speed pitch is going to be fouled away. Oxendine asks for a fresh baseball and gets it. Down in the dirt, makes it 2-2 count. Oxendine does a nice job blocking it up and keeping Perrin catching over at first base. Fans posted up on the third base fence line. That's the North Myrtle Beach crew. The loudmouths you hear on the right side are the Lucy Beckham fans. And Kevin Fagan punched out on strike 3 looking. Austin Long now 1 out away from securing a win. Now Hank Epley standing in the way of that.
Epley, on your feet, Chief fans.
All right, Hank, you got it.
Hank Epley in the box. Finally some life coming to these Chief fans in the VIP seats. Several of them getting on their feet as Epley takes strike number 1. That looked like it was a wide ball, but the home plate umpire rings it up. Austin Long versus Hank Epley. A round 3 battle, and he'll choose to go over to first base to check Perrin catching over there. The number 1 team in the state of South Carolina taking on a team that last year didn't even make the playoffs, finished last in their region. And here they are, challenging North Myrtle Beach on their own home field. Epley fouls one off and the count is 0-2. Austin Long, Hank Epley. It's a shot up the middle. Shortstop. Shortstop Sawyer Smith takes it across the infield. It's going to be a 6-3 putout to end the game. Absolutely nothing to be ashamed of here as the Bengals lose their first playoff game.
By the Bengals, safe travels home. We will welcome the winner of the losers bracket here next Friday. Current score for James Island, West Florence. James Island up 6-5, top of the field.
Lucy Beckham holds the best team in the state of South Carolina to a 1-run victory. A loss, but an impressive game and a huge testament to the way that these boys have developed and played this year. Beckham baseball doing all it can and making a bunch of noise in the state of South Carolina. Coming into this game, Max Preps had them ranked as the number 9 team in the state after starting out somewhere around number 47 and fighting their way to a top 10 placement. We will play again, I believe, Wednesday, I'm sorry. We'll have 5 days to recover, which will give some much needed rest to the pitching staff. Arms are getting tired. We'll find out who we're going to be playing later on. A quick score update. James Island still on top of West Florence, 6-5. A loss for Lucy Beckham tonight, but absolutely nothing at all to be ashamed of. Take a look at the box score. Lucy Beckham, 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. North Myrtle Beach, 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Offensively, hits recorded by Perrin Ketchen, Hank Epley, Riles Morris, Preston DiNapoli, Tommy Byrne, and Ryan Rogan. Sam Dealman takes the loss after 4 innings of work. He gave up 5 hits and both of the runs that were scored. One of those runs was earned. Had two strikeouts and 2 walks. Charles Kelly came in, did an inning of work. Had a couple of hit batsmen, but no hits, no runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. Hunter Doyle came in to finish things off. He worked an inning, had 1 strikeout, had some great help from the defense, and gave up no runs. Dealman threw 57 pitches, Charles Kelly 13, and Hunter Doyle 9. On the other side of the field, Luke Roop takes the win for North Myrtle Beach after 5 1/3 innings of work. He gave up 4 hits and the 1 run that was recorded. He had 8 strikeouts and 3 walks. Austin Long came in and with an inning and 2/3 had 2 hits against him and recorded 3 strikeouts. So the Bengals, 2-1 in playoff play. As you might have already heard from me, South Carolina high school baseball playoffs are a double elimination. You play in the winner's bracket until you lose, then you have 1 more shot. If you fight through the if you fight through the loser's bracket, you can come back and face, I believe it's going to be these same North Myrtle Beach Chiefs right here on their home field. Home field advantage is secured by the winner of this game. And North Myrtle Beach has had home field advantage throughout the entire tournament as they are the top-ranked team, not only in the state, but of course in this bracket as well. Something to be said for playing on familiar territory, as we've seen over at the Beck. Mentioned it earlier, if you have not already gotten your t-shirt, there are some very nice t-shirts available for sale. My favorite one, the white one, with the LB on the front and a great picture of the Beck established 2024 on the back. I'll be placing my order soon. Orders need to be placed by May 9th if you want one. Ask your Bengal to forward you the link. They're available in a wide range of sizes. There's also a navy blue one, same one that the players wear with the red, white, and blue American flag LB on the front. Jen, I can't agree with you more. It was a really great game. And Lindsay, as you say, I am so proud of all of them. We're going to wrap things up and get on the road. It's a long drive back to Mount Pleasant as we have to go back. Some of these players have an SAT to take tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And we're going to try to get them onto a pillow as fast as we can so that they can get rested for that test. Baseball is one thing, but academics are another, and we got to make sure we keep the priorities straight. On behalf of Principal Anna Dassing, who was wonderful to have not only watching tonight but chiming in, Athletic Director Frank Torcasio, Head Coach P.J. McConnell, the entire coaching staff, Andrew Taylor down in Jacksonville, Florida, Kyle Statz, Vic Major, and Seth Johnson. And, of course, this entire Lucy Beckham varsity program. I'm James Byrne, and I cannot tell you thank you enough for your support. Great turnout on the broadcast, fantastic turnout here at the field, and a great night of baseball in North Myrtle Beach. Bengals come out on the short side of it, 2-1, but I think everybody is proud of these boys in gray. We're going to get them on the bus. We're going to get them home. Hopefully you have yourself a great night and a great weekend. Stop by Shipyard Park and give the young kids over there a look. They're having baseball tournaments to start off the summer travel season. If you're looking for something to do, that's a good place to go and some nice action to see over there. Once again, I'm James Byrne telling you thanks for coming out to the ballpark. If you're driving, get home safe. Have yourselves a great night. Take care.